Fuck you, 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 fuck you,
Yep.
fuck you, fuck you,
Nah.
fuck you, fuck you,
Nah.
fuck you, fuck you,
Nope.
fuck you.
And we live, baby.
Well, you should do that for fucking.
What is it?
It's their litter box and a fucking plastic plastic thing, so it doesn't track the sand out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, people got too much time, man.
No, that's
What
fine.
is that on?
We got a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah, no, that's the sad part. What is that?
That's
What is that on?
Facebook, which you ain't on Facebook, bro.
Nah, man, I ain't gay.
All right.
Shout out to all the gay people.
That's the friends. Well, the family. That's a family book. It should be called Family Book.
Yeah. My favorite is when somebody, like, when you ask somebody why they have it, and they're like, so I can keep in contact with my family.
That's me.
But, like, as if they don't have phones and shit, you know?
I don't have their number.
Really?
Fuck you, Ron.
No, I have family all over. Like I have family in Texas, Louisiana. I think I have some out here, Illinois, Bama. Like
So, like,
all of them I don't even know either. So they're like friends with me on Facebook.
yeah.
You know?
But, so, besides Ron.
He's excluded.
Yeah. Cause like when I feel like when I would ask that or somebody else would ask that and somebody would give that response, not me, and I felt like it was like family, like that was lived in the same fucking town as them or some shit, you know, and it's just like
That's usually
drive,
what it is.
drive,
yeah,
drive
it's
down the
yeah,
road and see them.
yeah. You
It's
know,
like I
that's
can
what I'm
see
saying.
like your immediate family like on Facebook, but if it's outside of that, cause like even us living like three hours away, I wouldn't even see my aunties or my cousins and shit like that. Like we never were like close or anything like that. But I have a shit ton of family in Chicago. You know what I mean? And so that's where like my auntie Shia and all them like were friends on Facebook. So like it was crazy because within that like the connection of that, like friends and family and stuff. Literally, one of my aunties from Louisiana that when I was telling you about my grandma having land, her sister is the one that hit me back on there and was just like, hey, how's it going? And stuff like that. And I don't even know who she was at first. And then my grandma was like, oh, that's your auntie. So it's like, oh, what's up? Like, you know? And
Yeah,
then,
that's cool.
Especially when I'm trying to get that land and she lives on the land that's down there. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We got Al in his natural habitat. He's got the Rona. We're doing this podcast with mask on because
Mask on. Fuck it, mask on.
This broadcast.
I can't wait for the next concert.
This broadcast is,
Oh my god.
is a shout out to coronavirus.
Yeah. Shout out to coronavirus.
Shout out
We got a new sponsor today, man. We got White Claw.
Alpine
White Claw
Forest
is our sponsor of this one. Hopefully, one of us blacks the fuck out. And
I got White Claw wasted.
yeah, man. What's your favorite? Black cherry. What's your
Black
favorite?
cherry is good.
Man.
I mean, it's basic. but
Have you
it's
guys
like-
tried the
it's
other
like-
ones?
It's like females with pumpkin spice.
God damn it, Eric.
It's like females with pumpkin spice, bro.
Jesus.
I would have to say it is black cherry.
Yeah, I think black cherry's up there. Grapefruit's up there too.
The only thing with it, I think
Quit fucking with this thing.
the only thing that's fucked up about this is that like White Claw doesn't have too many flavors. Where if you go to like Bud Light seltzers, they have like different
They just,
flavors,
but
and then they
yeah.
also are pretty good with those different flavors. You know what I mean?
right. But they just, I don't know. I mean, like just as far as competition, you know, like they had to go out of their way to
Do it
catch
because-
up to White
because
Claw. White Claw like,
Everyone's
took
doing
off. Yeah.
seltzers right now.
Yeah.
You got Truly, Corona,
Yeah,
Bud
Corona-
Light,
the Corona ones ain't bad.
Natural Light,
Mhm.
or what was it?
Yeah, Natty's got theirs. The Natty Daddies, shout out.
I mean, it's the
Shit's gross.
It's kind of like anything else. Like we're going to a craze of everybody wanting to be a little bit healthier. So White Claw has come about. Like somebody starts it, and then the trend follows with everything else.
I can honestly, yes, I don't even know what the fuck I just said, but
We were talking about being healthy, and then you were like,
I don't know what the fuck, but
Just words came out.
yeah, I don't remember or recall a time I was fucked up off White Claws though.
It's like a. It's
So
like
so I kind of feel like I should just not drink them. I kind of feel like it's just like flavored water, you know.
I mean, I've gotten a little toasted off of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
you-
mean,
it's-
I
it's-
can't say that I've ever gotten like blacked
Blacked out,
out
but,
on them.
Yeah, well, that's the goal. That's my goal.
White Claws.
When
I
I'm
think
drinking, that's my
you're,
goal.
You're gonna get diabetes
Well, you're gonna-
before you get fucking
yeah.
blacked out on those.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're 5% too.
which is decent.
I feel like yeah, it's pretty strong.
I think one thing with it is just that like all the soda or whatever. It like I was telling you, like about all that beer and yeast tears your fucking you bloated and all that other shit. It's just a easier alternative
That's- yeah.
because remember when people would go to the club and they'd be like, "Oh, let me get a vodka seltzer lime."
Four Loco.
Yeah. Well, yeah. what Four Loco
Four
line?
Loco. Yeah.
Man, if I see somebody in the club ordering a Four Loco, man, I'd uppercut their ass right at the bar.
Next time I go to the bar, I'm just gonna ask for a Four Loco, just see what the fuck they say.
You should see their face when I ask for PBR.
Oh, they're probably like, oh.
But yeah, no, you're right though. It's like you go to a lot of clubs out or just anywhere, and it's like, can I get a vodka water, vodka water, vodka water?
What do you think is the cause of the health craze?
The cause of that?
Yeah, because it's like I feel like things have definitely changed within the last like 5 even
what, 5 years or 5 months?
years, años.
I think it depends on the area.
Yeah.
Cause like when I was in Bama, I didn't see people drinking White Claws for real. You know what I mean? For the most part.
They just probably got Charles in and shit.
Chaws,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chaws and Black and Milds
like,
and-
like Natural Light or Natty Ice.
Cousin fucking
Bud Heavy.
Bud Light,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bud Ice, dude. Shout out.
Bud
That's good.
Ice.
So it's saying, well, like I don't know in Ohio unless people go to the beach. You
We
know what I
don't-
mean?
yeah, I mean,
In,
we
like
don't-
Middle West and stuff.
Yeah.
But like for us, like it's always warm. So it's like to drink the beer is just
It's
a little
just-
bit like
yeah.
draining. So now if you got some seltzer, you got a little water with it, you can still move a little, like go a little longer. That's how I feel.
I feel you.
That's I think
It's like refreshing. It's not as filling. That's why. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing like extracurricular activities,
Yeah, especially
like
you're
chess
moving
and
around.
shit, so the White Claw is definitely good. So
did you say chess?
yeah, extracurricular activities. Man. Derek's
Something that's
Just
something
working on your
just-
car.
Something that's simple. You know what I mean? Because people don't realize like you can get shit faced off of champagne.
Yeah, and that shit gives
So
you
it's
a
like-
wicked hangover.
dude. That's
That shit
I
is
stopped.
wicked.
I'm not. I ain't drinking mimosas no more, man. Did I show you that video? Let me.
you showed Eric. I showed it. You showed it to me.
Yeah,
Whoa,
I'll pull it up for you.
Of you?
Yeah, dude, I was sauce, bro.
When was this?
This was back in
Back in Nam?
yeah, this is back in Nam. Let me try to find this. But yeah, man, I just got too sauced, and it was like just a terrible few days, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm never drinking mimosas again. That's when I switched to the bloodies, you know. But
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt after the wedding last weekend, honestly. I woke up, and of course, I was the last one to go to bed, so naturally, when you're the last one to go to bed and all the beds are taken, you get the last fucking shitty spot. So I ended up sleeping on a couch, and then everyone woke up at 6:30 in the morning, 7 a.m. I'm wicked hungover, and yeah, it just was not a fun morning.
there should be volume. Oh, here we go.
It's a great video.
Shout out Juice.
Is she trying to force you to throw up?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the homie Jenna, man. Shout out. Day one.
My God, I've never seen you
Yeah,
that
dude.
toasted.
And look, you can't see the time. It says 5:53 a.m., but that's like wrong.
but that's wrong.
Yeah, that was like it was probably 11, 12, like
In the morning.
yeah.
So you started drinking at 5?
No, I mean
Oh,
like
that
so
was 11 in the morning, but that was probably like a 24-hour bender.
No, that was 2 hours tops.
You bitch.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah, no, because I was telling Ron, I was working overnights. Juice and all the fucking homies came out to California when I was living, and we got an Airbnb down in San Diego. And I'm just like hyped to see all the homies. You know, it's been a minute.
So they start pouring drinks.
Yeah, so I get off at 7:30,
Liquors
drive
afloat.
down to San Diego.
After probably being up till 1:30 or 2.
No, I got off work at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, so
And then drove down to San Diego. I met up with them about 8:30, and
That'll
by
do, that'll-
11, 12, I was
Sauced. Sauced.
Good time.
got a bottle of Hennessy. Don't know what happened to that. Got a bottle of They love J-Mo and shit. They're fucking
Yacked it
gross,
Yacked it up.
sick fucks. But are you trying to find a video, Ron?
Mm-mm.
Trying to find a video you tore up?
Mm-mm. Don't nobody take videos of me when I'm tore up.
Yeah.
I'd be slizzard too.
Yeah, Juice is probably the only person I would allow for that to happen.
What,
I'm sure
to
there's probably
take
other
video?
videos, but they haven't like surfaced, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on
Take a weight,
the crowd and who you're comfortable around with.
Yeah.
Too, so
Which is a good topic. So
I mean,
imagine this, right? So you're just chilling, you're just out. A girl pulls out her phone, starts recording you. Now, you do the same thing, but vice versa. What's your opinion on that?
what, like throwing up?
No,
Or
not throwing up.
in
Just
general.
yeah, girl taking a picture, video. You taking a picture, video of a girl.
What's the scenario?
You're just out at the bar.
Like making a fool of yourself?
No, you
kinda dancing up to it?
it's just casual.
You
Nothing.
know, I guess that's kind of the how do I want to even say, it's not love hate, but just like the sometimes odd scenarios of being out and everyone having a phone nowadays is like, you know, how drunk can you get and have fun having fun? If if you're dancing and enjoying yourself, but yet someone's like, oh my god, look at this fool, I'm gonna take a fucking video. Like,
Well, I'm not. We'll say that you're not necessarily acting a fool. Maybe you're just like at the bar and you literally see somebody like take a picture or like take a video of you.
I don't know. I think it's fucking weird, like for people to just be fucking taking videos of.
I'd have been like, you want some dick?
But bro, ain't that crazy? Like if a girl, it would be okay for a girl to do that. Say you walk by and then she takes a picture or video.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you did that,
the other way, like, what the
holy
fuck?
shit, you would have the fucking.
I just think that we just don't respond like they do. Now, if we did, if a girl take a picture and we're like, oh my god, you're taking a picture of us, like it'd be different. But they literally act like that to get a response. Yeah. So even at work, this woman, she's a bartender, and we were sitting there, we're talking or whatever, and then like,
What's her name?
Her name is shout out to Summer. Shout out Summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like with her, like we're sitting there having a conversation, and then like she brings up something that she really doesn't want to talk about. Then I give an opinion, and then she's kind of telling me to shut. She's like, oh well. Don't talk about that. Don't say nothing like that. I'm like,
After she brings it up.
brings it up, and I'm just giving you an opinion about it. And then she tries to make a scene with somebody else there, and then I just walk around the bar and I look at her, and I was like, don't fucking make a scene when we sit there and talk about something. Like that's some bullshit. Fuck you. And I walked off, and I didn't talk to her for real for like 2 weeks because at the end of the day, like we're literally just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You gave your opinion about it, but then mine doesn't matter because I give an opinion about.
It wasn't what she wanted to hear.
It was her land, or like where she's from, and so at the end of the day, like I was telling her, I was like, well, certain shit for both countries.
But people don't like that. They don't like hearing something that's the truth that they're wrong about.
But I mean, at this day and age, like I don't give a fuck.
No,
like,
I agree
is
with
because
you. I'm just saying
because
some
things
don't
need
like
to be
hear
said.
that.
But that's the problem nowadays.
Oh, trust you.
And that's why those hard conversations don't happen.
Participation trophies.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just have conversation with somebody, especially if it's something to where like you want to know more information about. Like go ahead and like ask questions. And so nowadays that's not really being done as far as like people having those tough conversations. So like I was talking to you earlier, like finances is one. Mm-hmm. People don't want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. Politics, all those things are what needs to be talked about. Why you think fucking America's in turmoil right now?
Have you ever read the quote? It's not gonna be word for word, but like something like this.
That was great.
No, sorry.
That was the best quote ever.
Because I got like the picture in my head and I want to try to read it, but it's like kind of blurry, you know. So
I feel it.
you know what I'm saying. But it's something like people talk about, or never. People don't talk about what they think most about, or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that was just kind of what you were
I
saying.
mean, honestly, they really don't. And for me, that was the biggest thing. Was like, how can I gain more knowledge? And that is talking about the hard things. So same with my relationship and stuff like that. Like, those were the hard conversations. That was the hard decision to make to better myself. Like, you got to put yourself in uncomfortable situation to be comfortable. You know what I mean? And
Growth.
so many people,
Growth.
and so that's what. And with those hard conversations comes that uncomfortability to grow from that. And if you're not allowing yourself to be uncomfortable with those conversations, then how are you growing? How are you, if we're talking about, racism, how can you grow from that if you're not even, you see what I'm saying?
Comprehensive to what's happening.
So many people, that's why they always, I don't know if you've seen the meme, but they were just talking about people that ask questions, like the way that there's questions being asked about like racism and shit. Just shows that those people that are actually like not trying to proactively move forward. Like, they're asking questions like, oh, well, why didn't they do that? Or, oh, well, they should have listened to the
It's just showing like how blind people are to obvious things, you know.
obvious.
Not to change the subject. Eric, you were in a fraternity,
I was.
so like looking back,
Looking back.
in his natural habitat.
Looking back.
No, looking back, because kind of just going off what Ron was saying. So looking back, would you like when did you join the fraternity?
My freshman year. So it was one of those things where, like, again, you kind of move out somewhere and don't know anyone.
Well, that's because that's what I was trying to relate it, because he said you gotta be
Uncomfortable,
yeah,
comfortable.
yeah, and then I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. Eric at that age fucking moved across the country, you know.
And that was his way of being uncomfortable to become
Yeah.
comfortable.
Well,
yeah.
you
But
know,
then I was thinking like the fraternity thing, and I was like,
Yeah, so it had I'm not gonna lie, it had its pros and cons. You meet a lot of good people and you meet a lot of shitty people. That's just how it was. I would say I would have rather have played hockey, for sure, 100%. But
where would you have did that here? Or?
at ASU, yeah, but that was just not feasible, just price wise. I
Mm.
mean, it's
Hockey's fucking expensive.
it
That's
is-
what
it-
Al was
it's
saying
very-
on the
it's very
last.
expensive. Ice time, gear. So when you have no,
We got fucking two animals. in the-
noises.
two animals left, and then two animals like you know.
So like I said, when you kind of move somewhere on a whim when you're 18, and then you kind of just try and figure it out. Sometimes like you get pulled into groups that you might not like.
Yeah, Al's definitely got the Rona. Sorry, apologize about that
Well,
in the background,
hey,
guys.
This is the podcast
Yeah,
sponsored by.
this we ain't cutting shit.
It's been a week, bro.
Yeah.
He has something. Like, I'm talking about, he
It's probably that Ebola, man. That's what we was
just
talking
stay in
about.
his fucking room and just close
Sleep
the
it
We should
off.
probably
Sleep
watch
it off.
these mics, huh? Because he
We need to do
was.
something. Cause shit.
No. I think.
It's been, no, like literally, it's been a week.
Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. But anyway,
What gets you that way?
I don't know.
AIDS.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Hey, we all know that route, kind of. So.
What?
No, not us. I'm just saying we all know the route that went, kind of. So.
Hey, man, you said it, man.
No, I'm just elaborating. We all know the route that went a little bit. So, anyway, so moving out when I was 18, I knew I had to, just because there was not really any. I mean, I would have gone to Penn State, but Penn State's a lot more difficult.
What city's Penn State in?
Honestly, I'm not even fucking sure.
I'm just drawing a fucking blank.
I was just drawing a blank too. I was trying to think of the name.
It's like the middle of the state.
I was just thinking about when they beat Ohio State, and how fucking pissed off I was.
What is it? I'm thinking. Oh, fuck. I'm having that little thing where it's like picturing it.
Yeah, it's like a little blur. You can
when-
see the words.
Because look, when
but it's just like
he says it, I'm
Kind of like your great quote over there.
yeah.
oh shit, something valid, isn't it?
State college.
Death Valley,
State college.
State College, fucking PA. No shit. Wow.
Because they call it,
The Valley.
They call it something.
Death Valley.
Death Valley.
No, they don't call it Penn State's arena. Death Valley.
Everyone's burning it alive.
Death Valley is Clemson and.
Oh yeah.
But
What you were saying?
yeah, so,
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley. Yeah.
Damn it. That's the name of this fucking episode.
You know,
I'm gonna
I
write that
think
down.
Happy Valley.
It is what it is. I moved out when I was 18. There wasn't really much to accelerate my career and what I practice in terms of creative work, such design, photo, video, all that. You kind of got to go to bigger cities to at least get established. So obviously, I was either looking at Penn State, somewhere in Florida, or out here. Ultimately, I'm glad that I ended up out here. So most people, especially when you're
Shit, I plan on him not even coming.
shout out Jordy, what up? So I ended up moving out here. Again, you kind of a lot. Most I'd say 90% of people kind of go somewhere where they're looking to party, get So
Well, ASU's known for that, right?
party school.
I feel like I heard about that shit in
top-
Ohio.
It was.
They're top five every year.
I don't know anymore. Well, especially
They're
I
actually
don't know about any.
the STD capital too.
ASU?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out, man. You ever get one of
STD, you
those?
said?
You ever been burned?
Yeah, STDs.
Oh yeah,
Arizona
absolutely,
State is one of them.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because IU was too, and IU and Arizona State was
Yeah.
always like 1 and 2 for party schools.
So you kind of at that point, 18, you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna go for that. The program that I went to school for was good too. So life is all about balance and moderation.
What's the last
so-
book you read?
I haven't finished
Honestly,
one.
I'm really not a big.
I've been basically
reader.
like piggybacking off each one. So like I read that 50 Cent book, then I read like.
But, it's-
love languages, and then I also have one that it's anger. And
There's a book about love languages?
Yeah. Because they actually, and that's one thing too, where when you actually understand that more, I feel like I'm gonna say this on the podcast because I feel like everybody needs to read that book. And the reason being is because we show love that we want rather than what others want, and that's a big problem with nowadays in relationships or friendships and stuff like that.
Elaborate.
So,
what is
how you mean?
a
So-
one-sided thing?
So
How you mean?
no, not one sided. It's just one thing where say if like I know Kurt's birthday coming up, and so I'm like, okay, well,
About to
I'm
be
gonna throw
30.
I'm gonna throw him a birthday party. We're about to get crunk, stuff like that, and I throw the party based off how I want the party to be thrown. But I asked him, and he's just like, oh well, I just want like 15 people there, some close friends,
Candles.
and then I'm just like,
Wine.
shit, we gonna party to the wall. Like I'm having 100 people here. We drinking all night long. We getting
Kegs.
Coke, all that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not something
Molly
that he
water.
want. That's not something that he want. So, it's
So,
like,
so do you think? I guess to go off of that, do you think surprise parties are good?
I think surprise parties.
I would never want a fucking surprise.
I think
party.
surprise parties are, but you still have to know what the other person would like. You know what I mean? So
Well-
if that person
well-
says like, if I say that, hey, I don't want to party, and then I show up to a surprise party, I'm gonna look at you like you fucking stupid.
Well, that's what I'm saying
Regardless
because it's
of that.
like okay, you get all.
So
these
you wouldn't
people-
like that surprise party?
No,
I-
it's just like if I would have said that I didn't want the surprise party or anything like that, it'd be cool to see like the people and everything, but it's like not something that I want.
Yeah,
if that's the type of person that I am.
I feel like that's something you do.
Do you like surprise parties?
I'll fucks with them.
Honestly, I don't think I would want a surprise party because I feel like it's something that you would do when you're younger, with less responsibility. Because, like let's say, someone hosts a surprise party, rounds up 50 people. Hey guys, we're gonna do this day. Shit changes very quick in a day. Someone could die in the family, and you could come home from work or whatever on a Saturday. Like you just want to go out and be by yourself or whatever, and then now you got 50 people in your house that you've got to attend to, and no one in the house knows exactly what just happened in your day.
Yeah, I mean that day, that whenever the party, a lot can definitely happen for sure.
Yeah, and I totally understand that. But that's where, like, yeah, you're upset and anything like that.
Yeah,
you
but
still
then-
tell the other person that threw the party or whatever, like, hey, like, I'm not for it. Like, I'll be here and there saying, hey, but I'm not in the
Or
mindset for it.
if you're not
Well-
even like if you're not even expecting that party and then that happens when after like a shit day, I feel like that would be
The up-
you know
the
you
up
you,
jump
you could
to
say
it.
you might react like negatively, but I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean-
especially
I mean,
if
it
if
depends
it's
on
people
the-
you haven't seen.
It depends on the person though, and in the instance, like, again, I mean, some people thrive off of that, and some people are just like, damn, like I just had a fucking shit day. I just kind of want to be by myself or my significant other or whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's it's just
But see, that, like,
communication.
okay, that is kind of like one of those. My biggest thing nowadays has been behind the whole thing of, like, that's one thing that's emotional. You know what I mean? Like, you can overcome the emotions of, you know, a fallen, like a dead friend or what have you. Like, you can overcome those emotions. But the logic behind it is that, you know, that person probably, say the person that threw the party for you, that person probably didn't know that
Yeah,
while you were at work, that
instance,
person
yeah,
died.
yeah.
So, in a sense, that person's doing something out of the goodness of their heart.
To
hard
for
yeah
for
for
you.
you,
of
yeah.
knowing what you do and do not like. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see it to be different if, like, you come home and it's a shitty day and it's everything that you do not like, then it's kind of like
Stripper pose.
it's just like fuck that, whatever. But now if it's everything that you like, to where it's like, okay, well, I got all my people, like, you know, the 20 people were there that I wanted, then I got like a cake that's like a fucking logo or what have you, then you're like, I'm in my element.
Yeah.
Now at that point, like, a lot of that stuff will still be in the back of your head, but then I feel like
You're,
you're more
you're drawn off of it.
Mm-hmm. Like your
No,
your
I
brain stops thinking
I
about it.
agree. I think it's kind of the caliber and the level of which it's thrown at too. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, I
What I
mean,
feel.
from what I said, like that. How would I say that? The stuff of the day is not very, like. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but
Nothing matters.
somewhat.
Pretty honestly, in this year, pretty fucking much.
I think it's clear that
Pretty
after
fucking much.
2020, nothing matters.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that, Ron. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had to say that.
Shit, I lost my train of thought. So. I definitely did. I'm not even gonna lie.
And I'm supposed to like assist you there, and I can't fucking remember what we were
either.
talking
Look,
about.
I just need like a word or two, and then I can be like. That's why, like, if y'all ever.
deflect.
Last
if-
I
if-
remember it was stripper pose, and that
that's
wasn't
all I
what you
remember, and I
said.
just-
So
I just started
yeah,
thinking of ass and titties from
Yeah.
that.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going. But yeah, man. I mean, Eric, you said
that's what
you,
I was about to say. Now I remember.
Okay.
So it was basically like, because we were talking about like love languages, and so like the things that you're saying as far as the things that are day to day, that doesn't mean that your love language is changed by those feelings from that day, just from that day. Your love language would be like, for me, it's words of affirmation. Like, people I can do something, and like I cleaned the floor that one day, and you and Ashley were sitting out here, and you were like, "Hey, Ron, appreciate that. Like, it look good, such and such." Like, that goes a long way with me. You see what I'm saying? So regardless of if I came in here and, you know, I was kind of pissed off at work or whatever, like, that person has made that just that surprise party just for me. You know, in a sense. So I got to kind of look at that too, towards like, yeah, I'm pissed off, but damn, I got to look at like everybody done came together for me to have this party, stuff like that.
To have
You know
a
what I
good
mean?
time.
I can go and be like, hey, like when I talk to people, like, hey, like I'm not really having a good day. You know what I mean? But it's just that day. Like tomorrow, yeah, that person is still dead, but I can move up. I can move on from that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. That's my biggest thing, is thinking about things in that aspect, to where it's like, if things are somewhere emotional, they're temporary. You know what I mean? Because your emotions come and go, but your logic behind anything stays the same.
I think the love language thing is pretty fucking dope. But I think it takes a lot of time, and especially as like guys, like just how you're like grew up, I guess you're just not really taught to talk about shit like
express
that.
Yeah.
So
or,
like
or show emotion,
yeah,
or cry,
yeah.
or,
So
or
like
show
we
love and appreciation.
when it comes to like the love languages and shit kind of sounds, you know.
It's like
like wimpy, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but that's the thing.
but
though.
if you're able to know how, you know, like a friend.
I think You're saying a friend or like an actual partner?
Well,
No, I'm saying
that
like a
matters
friend
for
because
everything.
yeah. I'm just saying that if everybody was like in tune with that shit, this place would be
Yeah, a little bit better. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is, like, we live in such a narcissistic world to where,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
people
always
are
saying
thinking,
that's the
always
biggest
thinking
problem.
about themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and that's one thing to where it's like, if you are always thinking about like someone else, like that's a good, in a sense, a good thing. Because a lot of times, like people, I was just talking to you earlier. When you actually devote yourself to people, is when the money and all that shit will actually come. When you invest
Invest
into people.
in people
You know what I
and
mean?
not things.
How many times have people tried to continue to invest in themselves and got nowhere?
Well, I mean, that's kind of like because what Eric was saying just about taking this shit more serious or whatever, and it's like, yeah, it's cool, but like I'd also enjoy like doing it for fun rather than like turning it into something. And if that happens, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
there's ways that we could
Oh yeah, we could
like
definitely-
take it to the
yeah.
next
Well,
level.
you know, and that's kind of to go right off of that. You know, we had this conversation. I think it was this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, you know, you said invest in people. I wholeheartedly believe in that. Sometimes you actually have to invest in yourself and in other people at the same time for free for years.
DP.
For things to even come around full circle. Because so many people nowadays are just like money. I want it now. I want it now. But you're not willing to put in that initial investment to even get to where you want to go. Like if it's something that you're passionate about, you know, podcasting. For me, it's, you know, design, photo, video. I'll be or whatever, you know, creative. I was good at ceramics, art, drawing.
I think
anything of that
that's
nature.
the issue, man.
It is
That's
the issue.
people have.
don't have a passion, and they don't want to pursue it because
It takes time.
Because it takes time. Yeah,
And
exactly.
but
So,
the instant, like everything is
instant
about instant gratification.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like I feel like, what do you expect? You know, everybody sees like YouTubers and shit, and it seems like they blew up overnight, but they've been doing this shit like 10 years.
Yeah.
For an
I
example,
mean, they're all-
Stephen A. Smith.
Fuck Stephen A. Smith.
You can say fuck Stephen
No,
A.
I'm just
Smith.
kidding. My
No,
grandpa
no,
hated that dude.
That's
bro.
cool.
I
There's a lot of
love
people-
Stephen A.
There's
Smith.
a lot of people that are like, man, fuck that nigga. Like,
No, he
but that's
gets
cool,
everybody
but
fired up. It's
he was
hilarious.
talking one time, and I didn't realize this. The dude had like a radio show for like 10 years or some shit like that.
But
before he,
people
like,
don't
blew
see.
up.
Yeah, people
You know
don't.
what I mean? Like that was a struggle that happened before he actually got to, you know, ESPN and to be able to say what he say.
For
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for like the internet to be like so big as it is and shit, and for people to not know half the shit that they don't know is fucking insane.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like even like the Stephen A. Smith thing. That's just that's crazy.
I feel like people are more willing to give a judgment and an opinion rather than go look for the facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck him, he just got in. Da, da, da. Like, you didn't. Like, for an example, what's the comedian girl? Fucking played in.
I was supposed to watch that one. The
Night-
fucking
Night School with Kevin
oh
Hart.
Haddish, Tiffany Haddish. Yeah.
Haddish, yeah.
We didn't. People don't know that or realize like I think she like stripped before that and did some other shit. But then all you do is like see her in a couple movies
And you're like, oh wow,
yeah,
who is
like,
she? Yeah.
She even did comedy, like stand up comedy and all that shit. Like we didn't know about her until she was in that movie. But it's like that was her come up. Like yeah, we didn't seen her when she turned like 35 or 36. Taraji P Henson was somewhat the same way. Like we don't see all these people until they actually get their dream has finally come to fruition.
But okay. So I guess to go off of that, their dreams come to fruition. I always see the picture of the iceberg in the water.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm talking
always.
about?
Yeah.
Everyone always sees the tip of the iceberg, but the underside of it is much, much longer. That's the shit that people trudge through that people don't see.
I mean, it's
It's the
just like
same-
hiking, you know. Like
Yeah, you're the
there's
view
pretty
at the top.
fucking dope views like
The
in
view at the
between,
top.
but you're so focused on getting up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
up there, yeah, up to the top. Yeah, that is.
Dude,
So
but-
and that is the process of life.
Yeah, definitely. is.
Dude, the Tiffany Haddish thing. So I just because there's a fucking commercial with it had Rashida Jones in it. The only thing that bothers me about the Haddish, I can't really speak on her because I don't know nothing. But like if you look up Rashida Jones, and you see who her dad is, then like me being me, I'm like I don't really respect
Respect
what
it.
you've done now because
Because of the
you're
context of it.
well, no, just because of who your dad is. That's how you got. There's no like arguing.
Yeah, because it's like
Like
nah,
how
that's- that's
how you
just
got
started.
on.
Man,
You're-
technology's a bummer.
Your
sometimes.
your dad is Quincy Jones, one of the biggest fucking like people in music. Like
Mr. Quincy
so how
Jones.
and then she's like
And
yeah,
then
I'm
just
just-
takes
Okay,
that,
so okay. With that being said, though, like you find out that her dad was such and such, but what about those people that?
like the
Never
Tiffany
really-
Haddish. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
for
shit's cool.
Tiffany
But I'm just saying. So like if I did see Tiffany Haddish and I didn't know who she was, look it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then like once you find the facts or whatever, then you can make your judgment. And that's exactly what you were just saying. But I'm just saying that I think I was watching a show and I was like, who the fuck is this? Because I feel like she's been in everything. And then I looked it up and found out that, and I was like, I can't.
Okay.
It's
so,
it's just not this.
You
it's just
lose-
I don't
you
really
lose
respect you no more.
because
Yeah.
of what you had already come from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
I can
I
see
mean,
that.
it's like
But do you not think that that's harder though?
because
some
yeah,
cases.
no, it is.
Because,
It
like,
is
for an
sometimes.
example,
It is, yeah.
I got
I was about
I
to-
get
I was
I
about
get
to
what
say
you're
that
saying
there's
because
so
he
many
wants to play
parallels.
fucking
No,
devils.
So many,
No,
no,
I'm
I
not gonna
agree
play
though.
devils,
I agree
but
though.
it's just the thing of like
There's
we-
already
I feel
pressure.
like
There's already
there's
pressure.
already pressure, but it's like we always look at all these people that have these parents that are like
The Smiths,
gods or
Smiths,
anything
for
like
example.
that, to where it's like we expect them to be on a certain level because their parents, or when they get into something, it's because of their parents or anything like that. For an example, Michael Jordan's sons didn't do shit. They barely
Right,
played
right.
college or anything like that, but
So-
it's still Michael Jordan's son. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
You
get
see
it.
what I'm saying?
I get it. So
Well,
so
but
so
it's like
that's
to-
That's Quincy Jones's daughter. Quincy is, from my understanding, solely music. If she was a singer or whatever, then
It'd be
I
good.
I would
It'd
understand.
be
I could. And then also you got Tracy Ellis Ross, who's her mom.
Diana.
Now, if she
Saint
did
Petey
music,
Pablo? Who am I?
Petey Pablo. Yeah.
Who am I?
But yeah. So if that was her, or if she was in music and shit, then I would.
Then
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
I
But
see what you're saying, especially if it's
you
around
already
the
got your
same-
foot in the door, and now you could do music or whatever if you wanted to, but instead you go the opposite, and it's, to me, it still connects.
I see what you're saying. Kind of like fucking fuck. What was that?
Oh shit.
I just lost it. Fucking Jordy walked up. I lost it.
No, but
It was something
but like
about it that basically like was trying something and then it didn't work out for them and they were trying basically like the same path as like their parents or whatever and the shit just like
Yeah, they just got it. Yeah. And I'm sure there's more cases of that than like people being as successful as those two that I mentioned. But I'm just saying that from like I just can't respect it as
One
much
thing-
as much as I.
But it's all but
Yeah.
that comes down to like also people you know. You know what
That's
I mean?
it's 100. That's all
it's
that this is,
so it's
man.
like
Nothing matters.
A lot of people within like Hollywood and shit like that. Like we didn't know for a while that fucking there's two girls that are like top actresses that are cousins. There are two ones that are like sisters and we didn't even fucking know. Like you know what I mean? Like and this is this is like recently. Like everybody's finding out and I'm just like, what the fuck? That's her sister? Like I would have never fucking guessed.
Well, then you got
Like-
Sweetie is cousins with fucking Gabrielle Union,
Mm-hmm.
shit
Oh,
like that.
really?
It's
I
like
didn't see yeah. So the
shout out the Tap In remix. So that
the-
song's fucking fire.
Hey, low key though, let me say this. Low key, what if you look back and then like your
Your
your,
cou- yeah,
like
your
your cousin
cousin,
or
yeah.
your uncle was
Is-
like,
is-
like
yeah.
Charlemagne.
Yeah,
They'd be like,
I'd probably
I'm
change my last name.
I'm gonna head up.
Yeah.
Because
But-
like we live in a melting pot, so it's kind of like
Pretty much.
I don't have two last names, but I would change both of them.
right.
about that,
Or
yeah.
you put one in like fuck that. I want to add a hyphen.
No, you
You-
are
you-
right though. We do live in a melting pot. Like if
Everybody's
again,
fucking everybody.
Yeah, that's more of a mutt pot.
That's how it
but,
should be.
You know, like social media again makes this world smaller than it is, and if you have conversation, it makes relationships smaller than, or I guess more broad and tight knit. I did a project back at home for this bodybuilder, and I was talking.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Quez. What's up, buddy?
Shout out Dion.
And I was talking, I forget why, I'm a big person. Like I connect with people through music, just simple conversation, like especially working out. What do you listen to? What gets you hyped up? What do you, all that. So, and then I got to going on talking about, 3 6 Mafia and, and then he was like, oh, I was born in Memphis. And so he's like, yeah, my granny lived right by 3 6 Mafia. I remember they came over and were asking her for sugar. So it's just crazy. Like just simple conversation can turn into more complex things.
That booger sugar.
Which is definitely crazy. Cause people don't know this, but B Rose used to stay around the corner from us. Like my granny, like my brother was showing him like when he got drafted. My brother was like, "Hey, mom, look, it's Lil Derek." So she said, "Oh my God, that is Lil Derek." So it'd be shit like that. You know what I mean? Where like even as a younger kid, like I didn't know that Derek Rose was on the next street or whatever. Just a regular
but
person,
yeah, and it's like and I think it's crazy too because it's like this. I've said it before many times. Life is all about choices. You're either gonna make good ones and bad ones. You can put in the work every day and excel. It's some days are good, some days are bad. But if you put in the little minute thing, the roadblocks to success, Derek Rose, I'm sure you're like, oh, he grew up right down the street. You might not have known, but he was every day doing the little things to get to where you're like, oh, that was little Derek Rose. Now, look where he is at now because. You're putting those little incremental things into your life.
But if you are like right next to him every day or whatever, like figuratively, you don't see like the changes every day. So when I feel like the big scale happens, then
You're
it's just
like,
like,
wow.
oh shit, yeah.
Low key though, I got kind of pissed off about the shit.
What he crossed you up?
No, I was pissed off. No, like
He crossed you,
like
broke your ankles.
like no, it wasn't anything like that, but I look at it in the aspect of like that could be me, could have been me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because of the situation where I go from Chicago to a town of like 50,000, where I could have went and been going to Simeon with him hooping. Like my cousin Carl, he was at Simeon with them when they won a state title. You know what I mean? Like
Just little shit.
He lived right across the street. So in all actuality, like for me, I felt hurt by that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn, like I could have did better there in a bigger city than I did in a small city that doesn't care any much about me that much. You know what I mean? And so like I looked at it in that aspect. I was like, man, that's bullshit, such and such. But then I started to think about it, like, there's been 2 or 3 times where the bullets whizzed by my head from me laying by the couch. You know what I mean? Or the time I almost got kidnapped. Or, shit like that. To where
bigger
it's like,
shit.
it's way bigger than playing dribbling the ball. And that's not saying what Derek went through, because they shot him on both of our streets all the time.
Dude, I feel bad for that dude in general, man. Just his whole career, just how everything played out, bro. That dude was on fire, and then his fucking knees and shit just kept getting hurt.
But he's doing, like last year.
He's kind of coming back.
It.
I don't really pay attention too much.
One of the things about that is that like people don't realize that when
Jordy out here smoking a whole fucking pack.
Yeah. Like people out here, they literally like
all life's all about choices, baby.
Knees are like bad, and so it's one of those things where it's like if you've never really dealt with that injury, it's harder to come back from that, especially on a mental aspect.
Yeah, just being comfortable is
there was just somebody that they broke their leg or something, and they were saying like for a while they weren't even trying to put too much pressure on that side. They were always going to the other side. And so like,
and then so then that side became stronger. Yeah.
Yeah, you just but it's one of those things where it's like you never mentally like think about like, oh, like I want to run this way. Like your body is already in a sense kind of telling you like, hey, like don't go that way. You know what I mean? Like don't step that way too hard, or especially when like you've already been walking through it, or like I don't know about y'all, but for myself, especially like when I had injuries and shit, like I test that shit. Like
dude, I think there should be something as far as like not necessarily like safety or whatever, but just like something that teaches like especially young athletes. I feel like middle school you could probably start just like classes or something just about like your fucking body and just realizing it
Have
really.
health class, but-
Well, yeah, but ain't nobody fucking like, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to watch a video about them fucking or whatever, you know.
But why would they do that if they can't even teach us about finances?
Yeah, I mean
And that's the
true.
biggest thing that
Yeah.
happens in the.
Yeah, but athletes make, athletes will make more of the money. So
But look, they'll tell the athlete to go make all that money, but they don't tell them how to use it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
I agree on both cases. I think there are definitely things that in school,
just
that-
like little
that-
shit,
that-
just like
that
teaching
they-
people
that
how
they
to
need
run correctly, like
Yeah, well, I think
In
gym class, like they do. I think it's just people's reception,
landing
to-
correctly, dude. You know,
people's
like
re-
little shit.
yeah, people's reception to want to learn that and willing to learn that, along with, unfortunately, the environment that they go back to outside of school.
Yeah.
Um,
Can lead a horse to water, man.
Yep, but you can't make them drink. You know,
Preach.
same shit. So,
Preach.
and honestly, like,
What are you getting stressed about, man?
I'm not getting stressed about anything. I'm just saying I think sometimes it's because it's happened in my family. Like I have people in my family. I love y'all, but some of y'all probably shouldn't have been having kids
Oh.
at the age you did.
You think there should be like something on
Well,
on kids?
again, sex ed, you teach it when you're 13, 14.
Yeah.
But
Can we take a little break? I gotta fucking pee.
pee your pants. You ever watch Billy Madison, you fucker?
You ain't cool.
But even then, that's crazy though, because it's like we live
Yeah,
in,
okay.
in a kind of a time